Okay, setting out here in the 2024 Hyundai Kona Limited. I'm extremely excited for this, again, for a couple reasons. Number one, because this is the first time that I've actually been hands-on with the all-new Kona. They're just now arriving at local dealerships. And also, too, because I actually get to drive the vehicle, experience what it has to offer, and because I just got out of the refreshed 2024 Seltos, which does share some similarities, including the kind of drivetrain 1.6 turbo paired to the new 8-speed torque converted automatic. So kind of a multitude of things here, but anyways, I'm just excited to give you guys my first impressions. So we'll go ahead and give her a little acceleration here. Oh, right off the bat, feels a little bit spunkier. Something's different about this versus that Seltos that I just got out of. Acceleration's actually pretty good. The 8-speed does, hang up and is a little bit slushy in its gear shifts, but not terrible and not out of the ordinary from, most other transmissions out there. Behind the wheel, I notice immediately the large dual 12.3-inch screens with some new UI and interfaces. So it'll be interesting to see all the customization and overall, how it is to get used to this. But I'm sure being Hyundai, it's going to be very easy. You have all the physical buttons down here in the center console area, which we are accustomed to in most Hyundai vehicles out there. So really not too much there. Of course, we do have all new shapes and designs all over the place, being, kind of leading the way for their newer generation of vehicles. But yeah, looking around the cabin, it actually feels very premium in here for the mid $30,000 price point as equipped, fully loaded. Yeah, acceleration's not bad. Feels a little bit more zippy than the Seltos did. Now, one thing that's interesting that Hyundai's been doing recently in a lot of their refreshes or all new models is switching the adaptive cruise control and the gauge cluster controls to the left side of the steering wheel and moving the audio multimedia over here to the right. That's the opposite of my current Hyundai and some of the older Hyundais in the past, so that is going to take some time to get used to, but I'm sure over time that won't be that bad. You do get paddle shifters on the Kona. Ooh, the transmission's responsive, and I think we're just in normal mode. Wow. That's way better than I was expecting. Put it in sport. A little bit of turbo lag off the line. Yeah, again, not too bad. I mean, just a little bit of lag from not only the transmission, but the turbo engine. But overall performance is pretty good and, very acceptable for this segment of SUV for sure. Yeah, I'm really digging these new UI themes throughout the new dual 12.3-inch screens. Oh, I can't wait to see some of these things in the rest of the Hyundai lineup, including the all-new Sonata, or refresh Sonata, here over the next few months. Overall noise levels here on the inside, traveling about 50 miles an hour. Again, you can hear the exterior noise and some of the other, tire noise and wind noise, but it's not unbearable and it's fairly quiet. One thing that I'm actually noticing here on the door panel is that the mirror switches now light up. That's something before that was actually not the case in many Hyundai vehicles, actually, believe it or not. The window switches and the lock and unlock illuminated, but not the mirror controls, but it's not the case with this one. Go ahead and put it back in normal. One thing that I'm seeing absent from the drive mode select is actually a smart drive mode. It just has 3 right now: normal, sports, and snow. Not exactly sure if this is technically a pre-production model or not, but that could be just a small thing to note there. That's a difference versus many of the current generation Hyundais. You can see it detected via the cameras. The pedestrian crosswalk sign popped up here on the dashboard just to alert you that, there is or may be pedestrians around, so that is very cool. Handling feels pretty good around that corner. Ride quality is good as well, especially with these 19-inch wheels, which is new for the Kona. Pretty uneven surfaces, but not crazy. I am kind of shocked by the transmission performance via the paddle shifters. That thing is pretty responsive. Not at all like the Seltos I just got out of. Yeah, so far I am thoroughly enjoying this vehicle. yeah, ride quality is very good considering the 19-inch wheels. See, when it comes to the seat comfort, pretty good as well. This has the H-Tex leatherette seats. This one, being a limited, does have the blind spot view camera, so that pops up on the large screen. Just to show you what is next to you. The 8-speed does have some quirks, I'm not gonna lie, especially coming from a stop, but it's not terrible. I'm sure the transmission and overall vehicle will learn your driving habits as well over time. Overall visibility out the mirrors is good as well. I do like the slightly enlarged sunroof for just the overall light inside. And the shade actually goes back underneath the headliner, so that is actually unique there. I'm getting a couple feelings. Well, one, it is an 8-speed, so not only it's going to have more gears, but also, it's going to be a torque converted automatic. So it might not be as crisp as a dual clutch, which it had before, but at the same time, it might be smoother and a little bit more refined feeling to certain audiences or certain buyers of this vehicle. So I think it's a trade-off in that regard, but I think the 8-speed in this vehicle certainly drives a little bit better than the Seltos I just got out of. But overall, I think it will be a solid change for Hyundai, given the overall, diversity of buyers of this vehicle. And the N-Line trim has the same powertrain as well, which again has a little bit more sporty dynamic, but at the same time, you do want that smooth kind of refined feel. I think the 8-speed, as a whole over time, will be a good change for this platform and vehicle. So not bummed that the dual clutch has gone away, but you do lose a little bit of directness and maybe just a tad straight line performance as well. But that is just a worthy trade-off in my opinion, given the overall buyers and stuff. So yeah, I mean, very positive first impressions. Actually, visibility out the front is fantastic. See just a little bit of the hood in front of you, but you can see right down over it. The seat is almost all the way down. Now it's all the way down. So really, that's not too bad there. I will say with this interior color, that it's a little monotone on the inside. So with that being said, there could be some more, accent colors throughout the inside. It's a little bit gray. That's just my minor complaint and something that I know Hyundai can fix, and that shouldn't be a problem actually on most of the other trim levels, including the N-Line, which has, the black and red accents on the inside. But yeah, that's just my one minor complaint here on the Limited with the gray interior. A little bit bland. All the materials seem to be the same outside the dash and the steering wheel, which are going to be black. But yeah, pretty darn cool. Now, I guess as we come back and wrap up this quick first driving impressions, the steering wheel is a little odd. I know I've seen it in some of the photos that the corners on the kind of, what is that, 8, 7 o'clock and 4, 5 o'clock area on the wheel is bolstered a little bit differently, so it's not a perfectly round steering wheel. And I have to say that does make it feel a little bit strange, and that's not my preference as far as the overall feel of a steering wheel. So kind of another nitpick, but again, certain trims won't have that, including the N-Line, I believe. It might have the same steering wheel, I'm not sure actually. But if they could get rid of that, maybe some people will like it. Who knows? Maybe if I live with this vehicle over a week or more, I would come to like it. But personally, right off the bat, first impressions, not a huge fan of the overall steering wheel feel itself. But as we're pulling back in here, holy cow, this is a huge upgrade over the last Kona. And yeah, I don't know if I've experienced a bigger change in the overall platform and feel of vehicle in one generation than this one in recent times anyway. This is going to be an incredible seller for Hyundai, and I think people are going to be extremely happy with it. So yeah, yeah, great experience. I hopefully will have a dedicated walk around video on this exact vehicle here in a separate video. Make sure to stay tuned, check that out, because holy cow, crazy stuff, hugely impressed, and yeah, can't wait to spend more time with not only this trim, but also some of the other trims in the lineup. So yeah, very positive first drive. Make sure you guys stay tuned, check out some other videos, and as always, hope to see you guys in the next one.